Welcome to Sacred Wandering with Keira. My friend, this is a corner of the world where time stops, where the noise in our minds quiet, where we have soft hearts and we open our palms and we ask. This is a place where we receive. I invite you to join me as we wander through the sacred together. Welcome to Sacred Wandering. Good morning, my love. I welcome you here into our beautiful prayer corner. And today I want to begin with a little visualization. So I'm going to have you take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe in, you're going to imagine this golden nectar, a nectar that fills the holes inside of you, all the holes in the heart, all the holes that have been placed throughout the body from trauma, from pain, from grief. And I want you to breathe this divine golden nectar in. It's going to move into all these holes. And the way I always see it is if I were to pour honey over a sponge, and the honey would move into all the holes of the sponge until the sponge was filled to the brim with honey. And I want you to feel that for your body. So ready? We're going to breathe this golden nectar in. And we're going to breathe it all the way down into the spaces and the places within. Again. And you're going to allow your out breath to be a magnet that pulls the honey down. And if you've been struggling with grief, you're going to pull the honey into your lungs. If you're struggling with bitterness, you're going to pull the honey into the back heart. If you're struggling with having a hard heart, not allowing people in, you're going to pull the nectar into your front heart. Let's do it again. And you're going to allow the breath to move down. And if you're having a hard time speaking your truth or allowing yourself to be heard, you're going to pull the honey into the throat. If you're having a hard time loving yourself, you're going to pull the honey into that lower belly. If you're feeling not enough or there's lack in your life, you're going to pull the honey into the back of your spine all the way to the base, the root chakra. And we're going to allow this divine nectar to weave and fill. So it's going to weave around all of the obstructions, and then it's going to settle. And as it settles, it begins to fill the holes. And as these holes are filled with such divine love, I want you to take your own breaths in and out, feeling them all become held in this love, held in this rhythm, held in this peace. Allowing each breath to feel like a wave of the ocean. As you breathe in, the body sways. As you breathe out, the body sways. Now in this energy, I'm going to read to you one of my beautiful prayers. Words that God has written through me. These are the words that I received. If you listen to your heart, it will guide you. If you ask your heart, it will respond. If you follow, the doors will open, and peace and love will flood through the entrance. So today, as we go into prayer, may we open to listening to our hearts, to asking our hearts, to following what our hearts whisper to us. And then opening our palms and allowing the peace and love to flood through the entrance. as we go to sit with God, I invite you to place your hand on your heart. We're just going to ask that it softens so that we can hear more clearly, so that we may feel the support that comes from the heavens. And that whatever ache of loneliness might be moving throughout us, it may calm down. For when we receive messages from God, there is a knowingness that pulses through our being. And that is the knowingness that we are not alone, that we are seen, that we are known by something so much greater than us, which means anything and everything is actually possible. So now, let's pick up whatever's been in the way. Maybe I hear a lot of loneliness today. So any loneliness you've been feeling, any ache of the heaviness or pressure of your life, we're going to pick it up and we're going to put it into God. We're going to allow God to pull it off of your shoulders. Sometimes I feel it's like God is taking a high-powered vacuum and sucking it off of the very skin of my body so that I no longer carry it. And then we're going to ask that God and Christ will place their hands on our heads to give us a blessing, that we may hear the exact words that are for us today. And I will be quiet while you pray. You're going to take a nice breath in, allowing all the words that you just received to be written upon the very belly of your heart. These words become a part of you with every beat of your heart, that these words are poured down through every cell within the very veins of your being. And then we're going to cup our palms right in front of our hearts. And we're going to ask God, what is the number one action that you would have me do today? That you're going to listen. You're going to receive it. We're going to place it into our hearts in gratitude. And ask that our angels will help us take this action. And today, my love, whenever the ache of loneliness arrives, whenever the pressure begins to beat down upon you, whenever your feet may feel stuck, I invite you to get quiet, to breathe this golden nectar down, to fill the holes within. And then slowly begin again. As you leave today, my hope is that you feel more grounded, more peaceful, more loved, that you remember that you are known, that you are so deeply important, and that I love you, and that you are loved by such higher presences that I call God. I want to thank you for wandering into the sacred with me. And I will meet you here tomorrow morning in our prayer corner. Thank you for wandering into the sacred with me today. If this episode moved or inspired you, I encourage you to share it. Think of someone who needs this message today and text it to them. Let's add more light to the world by welcoming people into our prayer corner together. I also want to invite you to create your own prayer corner at home, a space set apart where you can return again and again to hear God's voice. To support you, I've created the Sacred Space course, which guides you step by step in locating, creating, and dedicating your very own sacred space. You're also welcome into the Sacred Wandering Facebook group, where you can share the blessings that God is giving you and be uplifted by others walking this path. You can find both of these resources in the show notes, or just send me a DM on Instagram at Keira Brinton, and me or my team will send them directly to you. I want to thank you for being one of the rare humans who chooses to sit at the foot of God, to ask, listen, and do. And as always, I want to thank you for wandering into the sacred with me.